Hey everyone, in this video I want to talk about yareli, her last update, which buffed her a lot. It gave her 3 separate buffs. This was on the Citrillian's last wish, and the buffs was about Merulina. Another buff is augment for Merulina, and the last buff is that now Roar works on yareli, although you still need to cast it before you get on Merulina, but it now works on her. So let's talk about the implications and how strong it actually is. So first I'm going to show you the Marina. She had 75% damage reduction, now she has 90. She's now much tankier and she has much easier time to survive, so that's nice. You can use it to go with her to higher level missions, or you can use it to get rid of some defensive mods if you want. So that is the way how you can build around it. Then we have here the Merulina Guardian, which for it to work, you need to be on Merulina, and she needs to be hurt. So you need to let enemies fire into her and hurt her. Then you cast Sea Snares, which will pick enemy up. You kill the enemies, and it will heal Merulina. It heals her 20% of her health per enemy killed, and this scales with ability strength. If the Merlina gets healed, you get 200% reroll speed and 200% fire rate, plus secondary weapons for 20 seconds. The 200% doesn't change, but you can increase the buff duration by duration stacking. Okay, so now let's talk about how actually powerful that is. Well, if you are using weapon, which only source of fire rate is Little Torrent, you get more than twice the damage, like 2.2, something like that. If you are using Arcane Velocity, you get like 65 to 70% more damage. And I don't mean damage on hit, I mean DPS. And this is actually true DPS because not only that it increases your fire rate, it also increases your reload speed. So even though that you go through magazine faster, you also reload faster. So it's even better. So yeah, very powerful augment. And now the last thing. The last thing is Roar now works on Yareli while she's on the arena. And this is important because she can now, her ability strength triple dips on aqua blades. So how it works? The more ability strength you get, the more aqua blades base damage is. Also, the higher damage vulnerability is on your one, and also the more damage increase you have from your roar. So not only that you get multiply the damage by one, you also multiply damage by your roar. So the more ability strength you get, the better. So now I'm actually going to show you first the difference between augment and non-augment. I don't have any arcane adaptation, not adaptation, but any arcane merciless things, so I will not get additional strength as I fire at enemies. So that I'm actually going to show you that. So this is my maximum fire rate, and it kills enemies quite decently, but you can see that it is not a single target weapon. If I use one, okay, I actually need to wake them up because I only get a buff if my Marina is damaged, which in Simulacrum is not as easy as it seems. So let's try it again. I go here. I need Marina to get damage. Okay. I kill the enemies. Okay. And let's try it here. Nice. Much bigger damage. Much more DPS I have. You can see the difference also, not only in damage, but in fire rate. I fire much faster. It is kind of like semi-automatic weapon. Okay, so that was the augment. You can see that it is very noticeable. And this is very important because Yareli can only use secondary weapon. So making her stronger, it is kind of important. So I would say that this is mandatory augment for most builds unless you are like collecting enemies with her ultimate. And now I'm going to show you the triple dipping. So first of all, just the base damage from my free. Does decent damage if the damage scales to decent numbers. I mean, if the enemy gets a lot of slash procs. But it's not killing them very fast. But the reason why it does some damage is because they are slash procs. They ignore armor, so that's why I'm able to do some damage. If I combine it with one, I deal way more damage. I should deal like 4 times more damage, which is possible. I deal way more damage. But I can also use Roar, which also works on Merlina, and combine it together. And you can see that I'm killing enemies much faster in only 2 slash procs. And that is not everything that I can do. I can improve my damage even more. And how I'm going to do that, I'm going to show you very soon. So I have here this augment, Mold Vigor, which will give me, after using operator ability, 45% ability strength. And also I have Zenric School, which I have leveled up to decent degree, which gives me 80% an additional ability strength if I'm in the circle that I just created. I could also use Mold Augmented, but in Simulacrum it's harder to stack. But if I stacked it, it will give me 60% additional ability strength. So let's try it again. And this time I'm going to buff my damage to the maximum. So use my 1 to buff my damage. First I'm going to use 3 because it has long duration. I'm going to buff my damage again, use ultimate or roar. And just for the sake of it, let's do it again to buff my 1. So I still kill them in 2 slash takes, but now the slash takes, instead of dealing like 50% of the enemy health, it does like 80%. But that's still not everything. What I can also do is to apply viral. Viral procs only 2, but now I can kill them in just 1 slash proc, and that is huge. Yeah, let's try it again. Again, 1 slash proc. This enemy was a little bit more damaged, but still, you see a huge amount of. And it also works the damage multiplication of roar and my 1. It also works on my secondary weapons, which was why I did so much damage on the hit. I use 1 on the enemies, I hit them, and in just 4 shots I kill them. Before it was like 8 or something. Well, maybe even more, I'm not sure. But I just deal way more damage with everything. So that's that. Yareli has way more damage. Roar now works, even though that you will need to get out of Marina, which is not convenient. But hopefully one day all helmet abilities will be able to cast on her. So that's kind of the last thing that is pending there. Also there are a few bugs, but way more survivable, way more damage, and finally very good scaling on her free. Is able to kill heavy gunners in just 1 slash tick. And also her augment makes her very easy obtainable, well, makes her able to gain very easily a lot of additional damage for her secondary weapon. So that's that. Yareli is much stronger now. Maybe a time to give her a chance. Thanks for watching and see you next time.